Hola! Ito si Dr. Dantoy na masigla, masayahin at makulit upang bigyan kayo ng kunting kaalaman.
Most of the people that come to this river, to this place, whether they take a bath or they wash their clothes, when they go home, they bring along with them something greens. That's the plants. Now, nowadays, because of this pandemic, the plants now has given more importance, or not more, if not equal to the wildlife, to other wildlife like the birds, the reptiles, and other mammals. Plants now were given most important by the people. When I visited one of the malls here in the city, I went to the plant section. I observed and I noticed that the plants that were priced from 750 to 168,000. And when I look at there's a small card there, there's a letter, there's a word that say that 168,000 price was already sold. You see, before, we give importance to the birds, to the crocodiles, and others. Plants are neglected. But because of this pandemic, people now are given importance, because I myself, I'm more interested with the flowering plants. But now, people are interested not only the flowers, but the leaves. And that is why, here, I noticed one of the plants that is unique also to this place. And this is the spike moss here. So I have to collect this. I'd like to propagate this one. I'll be using my knife in collecting. Yes, this one, I have to propagate this to let this plant reproduce. And as you have noticed, there are a lots of dangling roots from the leaves, no, down to the soil. It dangles, and it is interconnected with each other. So I have to bring this home, these plants. Now, the roots form a cluster, no? It forms a bunch. So I have to separate these clusters of dangling roots in order to produce again another group of cluster of spike moss. So I'm using my medium, not this is not a soil, but this is vermicompost. It is made of waste from cow. In this case is cow, and then our biodegradable materials here from the kitchen, as well as a special kind of worm, the night crawling worm. Night crawling. So I use this so that this spike will reproduce itself, and then afterwards this whole space here will be full of spike moss. So I use any materials that can be found here in the mountain. This pot is made of coconut husk. Coconut husks. There's a kind of husk. Okay, then this one is a coconut husk. This one is coconut shell. And then I have here some plastic pots for these little ones. One for this one, and we have steel here. From one cluster of spike moss, I have now 4 spike mosses. to the world of spike mosses. From one cluster of spike moss, let's see my video for those spike mosses that I have grown. napanood na po ninyo ang aking video. Kaya inanyahan ko po kayo to please subscribe. Ikaw dapat ang mag-subscribe. Kung hindi ikaw, isino? Kung hindi ngayon, kailan ka mag-subscribe? And please, don't forget this face because this face could launch 1,000 bicycle. Kaya, please, I use the word please because I believe that please is not a word for begging, but please is a word for courtesy. Kaya, like, share, follow, and subscribe the Diaries.